I now need to add an alternative unit for the area into my schedule. I've been asked to add the area in square feet. So if I go to Fields and Area, you'll see that I cannot have area more than once because that attribute only exists once in the Revit project. So how am I going to add in another column for the area when I cannot add it in from the available fields? What I can do is I can use what's called a calculated value. So if I click on this button here, add calculated parameter, I can then, this allows me to add formula based on other scheduled fields available in this schedule. So I'm going to call this area in brackets square feet. It's a formula. We'll look at percentage in a future lecture. The discipline will be common. The type, this is very important. You need to make sure that the type of parameter is correctly, otherwise the formula will potentially not work. So I can pick area because I know it's an area type. And in the formula, I know that all I want to do is equal the area value because I know that in my formatting I can change the units. So under formula, I can either type in the parameter area because I know that's exactly how it's typed. Alternatively, I can click on this button at the end of the formula input box and I can pick area from the available formula, available parameters here, fields. So obviously I've added it twice, so I can just delete that first one. So I click OK. I can now go to my formatting, click on area square feet. I'm happy to keep the heading the same as that. I'm going to keep the alignment in the center to match the other area. And if I click on field format, untick use project settings, I can change the units to square feet. And I'm not going to have any decimal places, and I can remove the unit symbol for feet squared. Click OK. OK again. And you can see how I've now got the area in square feet next to the area in square meters. I'm just going to make these two columns the same, so I'm just going to select both of these D and E. I can click resize, and this tells me the width of both of them combined. So I'm going to change this to, if I change this to 40 and click OK, it'll make these columns both equal 20. So 40 divided by 2. I go back to my room schedule, and you can see that it's now added the area square meters and I have the area square feet next to it. So that is the simplest form of using calculated values. I now need to add a column that compares the actual area in my model. If I go back to the ground floor, select on this lounge room, to the minimum or program area as defined in my brief. So I need to find the difference and then list that as another column in this schedule. So to do that, I can go to Fields. I need to add the minimum area to my schedule. So I can add it on the right here, below or next to area square feet. So what I now need to do is create another calculated value that calculates the difference between the area I've provided in my model and the minimum area requested by my client. So I can click Add Calculated Parameter. So I'm just going to call this area difference. I know that the type needs to be area, and the formula, I know that it's going to be area in meters squared. Use the syntax minus minimum area. Okay. Click OK. So now I have this calculated value here. If I need to edit it, I can select the calculated value here, and I can edit it. I can also delete the parameter calculated value here. And I need to format these two parameters. So I'm going to go minimum area. I'm going to make this a little shorter. I'm going to type in min.area to make the title shorter, make the alignment centered. And the area difference, I'm just going to change this heading to plus or minus. Change the field format. Because it's in meters squared, I'll round it to 1 decimal place and remove the units. And again, for the minimum area, I will round to 1 decimal place and change the units. Click OK and click OK. I need to center the area difference. So I'm going to select all of these headers up here, resize, and make these all 80, which will make the column widths 20 each, as that is 80 divided by 4. Okay. So now you can see that I have the area, I have the minimum area, and then I have this other column here, which is the calculated value, which specifies the difference between the area and the minimum area. So here you can see that this area is 0.2 meters squared above the minimum area. However, all the ones that have minus show that the area is under the required area specified by my client, and that I need to redesign to ensure I get the correct area that is above the minimum area. If I go back to my schedule, you can see now that the schedule has got quite large indeed. So I'm just going to click to drag over to the left, and then I think I'm going to have to change the width of some of these columns. So I think I'll highlight them again. I'll resize, won't save. I'll resize them to, actually I'll resize these three to 40. And then I'll resize this end column to 12. Oops, 120. 12. Go back to my room schedule. And this now fits nicely on my sheet. So that is how you can use the calculated value functionality to use existing fields to create outputs so you can compare your data within the schedules.